Exploded now. Ange can't survive now. Tottenham have spoken with 45-year-old managerial target. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Tottenham Hotspur manager Ange Postecoglou is expected to be shown the door at the end of the season, and they are speaking to Xavi Hernandez as his replacement. The Premier League side has been linked with multiple managers in recent weeks, and it appears that they have now held talks with the former Barcelona manager Xavi Hernandez. It will be interesting to see if they can convince the 45-year-old to take over at the North London club. Xavi is currently without a job, and the opportunity to move to the Premier League can be hard to turn down. Tottenham have an exciting project and a talented squad. A quality manager might be able to bring out the best in them. Xavi Hernandez would be a quality appointment. The Spanish manager has shown his quality in La Liga, and he helped Barcelona win the league title. There is no doubt that he is good enough for the Premier League, and he could make a defining impact at Tottenham. Popular presenter Richard Keys has revealed on his official website that Tottenham have spoken to Xavi Hernandez, but the Spaniard is not ready to return to management yet. He also added that Postecoglou is unlikely to survive, even if he wins the Europa League. He wrote, "Even if he wins the Europa League, Ange can't survive now. I heard from a really good source last week Spurs have spoken with Xavi. That makes a lot of sense. Sadly for Spurs, I'm also told he's not ready to return to coaching yet. The Australian manager has failed to live up to the expectations despite significant spending in the transfer market, and it makes sense for Tottenham to part ways with him. They need a fresh start, and a new manager would be ideal. It will be interesting to see if Tottenham can finish the season strongly and win the European competition. Winning the Europa League would allow them to compete in the Champions League next season, and it would be a huge boost for the club financially as well. Spurs have been handed a boost in their pursuit of the Manchester City attacking midfielder James McAtee. According to GiveMeSport, Manchester City are now prepared to sanction his departure in the summer. The player has 7 goals in all competitions, and he has been quite useful for Manchester City despite getting limited opportunities. He is highly rated across England, and he could develop into a top-class player for Tottenham if they can get the deal done. They need more creativity and depth in the final third, and the 22-year-old is versatile enough to operate centrally as well as on the flanks. He will help create opportunities for his teammates and find the back of the net as well. The Manchester City midfielder has been likened to Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard due to a similar style of play. McAtee will want to play regularly at this stage of his career, and Manchester City will not be able to provide him with that opportunity. If Tottenham can provide him with game-time assurances, they should have no problems convincing the player to join the club. He is young enough to improve further, and he could easily justify the investment in future. The England and under-21 international could be available for a fee of around £25 million in the summer. Spurs have the finances to get the deal done, and they should look to wrap up the move quickly. They are unlikely to be the only club keen on the 22-year-old, and they must move swiftly to get the deal done. The player will be desperate for regular game time next season as well, and he will want to sort out his long-term future quickly. It remains to be seen how the situation unfolds. Johnny Cardoso is reportedly expecting several offers to leave Real Betis this season, and Tottenham Hotspur may not be able to strike a deal with the midfielder despite their clause to buy him this summer. It has been widely reported over recent weeks that Spurs are expected to activate the £20 million option to buy Cardoso this summer, with the North London club convinced that the midfielder will be a valuable addition to the squad. That is not surprising when one considers the way the 23-year-old has kicked on this season, with the American quickly establishing a reputation as one of the best players in his position in La Liga. However, over recent weeks, some sources from Spain have suggested that Cardoso may turn down a move to Tottenham and remain at Betis for one more season, and a fresh update has now explained why the operation might be complicated for the Lily-Whites to complete. According to El Desmarque, the Betis man has not yet decided where he wants to play his football next season. The report points out that Tottenham's clause is only active during June and explains that even if the Premier League side activates the clause, Johnny Cardoso will have the last word on whether he wants to move to N17. The outlet reveals that Cardoso could remain at Benito Villamarin Stadium for one more season, and that the player's entourage are also confident that both Man United and Atletico Madrid will make offers for him. While Cardoso is happy and settled in Seville, his representatives are aware that they could receive better offers, both in terms of sporting merit and financially. A player of Cardoso's reputation and potential will be wanted by several top clubs, and he will thus have to be convinced that he can win trophies at Spurs in order to greenlight a move to North London. One would think that Tottenham would be in a much better position to do that if they win the Europa League and secure qualification to the Champions League. In fact, one can argue Spurs' chances of signing many of their top transfer targets this summer could be heavily influenced by the result of next week's final. That wraps up today's update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay in the loop with all things Tottenham, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for our latest content. Be sure to give this video a like and share it with fellow Spurs supporters. Let's grow the Tottenham News Today community together. Thanks for tuning in, and as ever, come on you Spurs.